Hi everyone, and welcome back to our video series on what is a sentence. Now, if you're new or you would like a review, you could just click on the link that will come up right about there and it'll take you back to the previous videos. Now, today we're going to talk about something new, but before we do that, we're going to talk a little bit about what we learned before as a little bit of a review going forward, okay? So if you remember from our previous videos, we talked about the two parts of a sentence. And the two parts of a sentence are the naming part, which we call the subject, S-U-B-J-E-C-T, subject. And the other part of a sentence is called the action part, there we go. And we call that the predicate, P-R-E-D-I-C-A-T-E, the predicate. Now, the subject tells us what the sentence is about, and it's normally a noun phrase. And the action part tells us what the subject is doing. Okay, so that's our verb phrase. Those are just some crazy words that you don't need to know right now. But what's important is that you know that there's two parts of a sentence, the naming part and the action part. And you need these two parts together to make a very simple sentence. Okay, now today we're going to cover a new topic, and it's telling sentences. So it's just what it sounds like. It's a sentence that tells us something. So a telling sentence is the new thing that we're going to talk about today. There we go. So now the thing to remember about a telling sentence, and here let me switch to yellow and we'll separate this so we know. There we go. And I'll move down a little bit. So the main thing to know about a telling sentence, is that it starts with a capital letter. It starts with an uppercase letter, okay? So that's the first part. Starts with an uppercase letter. So a capital letter. So you're not going to see it starting with like a small a or a small b. That would be a no thank you. It's going to start with A, big A cat ran. And this is the important part too. It also ends with a period. And this right here is the period right there. So let me erase this for us. So the first part of a telling sentence is it starts with an uppercase letter. And the second part is ends with a period. P-E-R-I-O-D, period. Boom. Okay. So I have some worksheets right here that we can, I have some worksheets right here and we could see what it is and we could demonstrate together. Okay. So let's look. And for this, I will use green. There. So let's see, number 4, telling sentences. So let's look at the picture. And looks like we're at the beach today. So let's see. These are our examples in red of 2 birds fly. Now look, the sentence here, this is a simple sentence. As you can see, there's our naming part and our action part. And 2 birds fly. It tells us something. 2 birds are flying. And it starts with a uppercase T and it ends with a period. And this is our simple telling sentence. Let's look at the other sentence right here, our other example. They look for fish. So here's our naming part is they, and here's our action part, look for fish. And as you could see, it starts with an uppercase T, and it ends with boop, a period right there. Very simple telling sentence. So let's go down here. Now, this says, say each word group below. Name the telling sentences. Draw a line under each telling sentence. Okay, now remember our two rules for a telling sentence. It starts with an uppercase and it ends with a period. And just like number one, the example right here shows us our simple sentence starts with an uppercase T, ends with a period. So this we would draw a line under. So let's move on to number two. A boat. A boat. Well, a boat. Well, let's look at this. This is a lowercase a, and look, there's no period. So that is not a telling sentence. But look over here. A boat sails away. This, it's an uppercase A. And look, there's a period at the end. And this fulfills what a telling sentence is. And it's also our simple sentence because look, here's our subject, a boat, and our action, sails away. So we could just draw a line right under there. That's it. So look here, number three, Jan and Kim. Well, it starts with an uppercase, but it has no period. So that is not a telling sentence. Let's look over here. Oh, look, this starts with an uppercase, and look, it ends with a period. So this fulfills the obligations of being a telling sentence. And look, it's also a simple sentence. Jan and Kim. This is our naming part, and swims our action part. So there it is, right there. Very good. Let's look right over here. Number four. That woman runs. Well, let's see. It has that, the uppercase T, and look, it has a period. So there we go. This is our telling sentence. And look, it also is our simple sentence. That woman is our subject, and runs is our action. So we don't need to worry about this. Let me X that one out. Now let's look at number five. They fly a kite. So look here. We have our capital T, our uppercase T, and we have our period. So look, this fulfills what we need for a telling sentence. And that's really easy, right? And there's our subject, they, and there's our action, fly a kite. So this is not our telling sentence. Very good. See how easy that is? So let's move on to our next worksheet right over here. And this one we have to do a little bit of filling in the blank. So let's see. Tell how to make each telling sentence correct. Write the correct word to begin each sentence. Write the correct end mark. Okay, so this one's done for us. As we could see, look, there's our uppercase T. Oops, there we go, right there. There's our uppercase T right here, and our period at the end. So this isn't it. So that's what we have to do. We have to write in the correct answer. So let's look right over here. So we have two. So let's see which one of these should we put in the blank? Well, we need an uppercase letter that starts the sentence. So this is a lowercase t, so it's this one right here. So we're going to write two. Two boys go up and down. And then right here we have to put our period. So there we go. We have our uppercase T and our period, and we have made our telling sentence. Let's move on. Number 3, they. Okay, so remember there's 2 things we need for a telling sentence: an uppercase letter to start the sentence and a period to finish. So let's see. Up again, we have a lowercase t, so we can't use that. So it's going to be this one, they, with the uppercase T. So let's write that in. They. T H E Y. They. They have fun. And then remember our second part of a telling sentence, you need a period right there. Very easy. Now, let's see. Number 4, a. Okay. Well, our first part of a telling sentence is it has to be an uppercase letter. And this is the lowercase a, so we have to cross that out and we have to write the uppercase A. So that's easy. And we go down, down, across. A girl climbs. And the second part of it being a telling sentence, you need a period. That's right. Very good. Almost done. Let's see number 5. Right there, number 5. She. Well, the first part of a telling sentence is you need a capital letter, an uppercase letter to start it off. So this is a lowercase s, so that's not it. Doot, doot. So it's this one right here. And this says she. So S H E, she. She climbs to the top. And we need the second part that makes this a telling sentence, and it's a period. That's right. Very good. Now, we have finished all that. So let's review, shall we? And I'll give us a little bit of space. I'll move over to the side. Okay, so let's review. We know, because we're masters at this already, that there are 2 parts of a sentence, and that's the naming part that we call the subject. That's right, subject. And then there's an action part of a sentence, and we call that the predicate, right? Predicate. Easy. And then today we learned about a new type of sentence. That line's a little crazy. That's called a telling sentence, right? Tellingng, and then sentence, sentence. And there's 2 parts to that, right? We need to start it with an uppercase letter. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. And it needs to end with a period. That's right. Very good. Now, we did a very good job today, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.